He's guillotined a lot of people. I suppose Robespierre, I mean, who may have been the worst one of the bunch, was guillotined in the end. And then there was this fellow named Napoleon who saw an opportunity to move in. A general at 26. And then you hear these strange stories. Eisenhower's son was one of the adjutants to General Patton. Patton was just bawling. I mean, he should have known this if he was as knowledgeable about history as he supposedly was. Napoleon was a general at 26. Napoleon was in a special situation.
Which was?
He was an artillery officer and there was a French Revolution. He'd cleared the streets of Paris with cannon.
Ruthless. Yeah.
Look, if you're not ruthless in the French Revolution and stuff, what happens to you? You die. You hear about the Bastille. Here were these soldiers in this little rock fortress. I mean, I've never been to Paris. There are pictures every now and then on TV showing an empty part of one of the streets, and the rocks are marked out for where the Bastille used to be. They tore it down. They killed everybody in it. Instead of shooting the people outside it, they gave the people to get in, chance to get in, and they killed all the defenders. I mean, and there's a monument, the Dying Lion monument, somewhere in Switzerland to 800 pikemen that got killed. I mean, these were a big military thing. I mean, they were the ultimate, tool at one. Am I making sense?
Yeah.
I assumed
they were the Navy SEALs.
Well, I had assumed they were the Swiss Guard or something, and the Imperial Army killed all of those guys almost several times, or at least one time. I mean, the Charles V, the Holy Roman Emperor. I mean, getting taken out by an army is one thing. A mob in France, in Paris, took out 800 pikemen, getting at Louis XVI and Marie Antoinette.
Very spirited, yeah.
Well, there were lots of them, and they were mad, yeah.
Exactly.
And ultimately, they were decapitated. I mean, in Marie Antoinette's big fantasy was being a milkmaid.
Really? Commoner.
Well, she was a Habsburg princess. I mean, the great imperial family at one time, and it married the French. Louis the 16th was Louis the 14th's grandson, and he was the grandson of a Borgia.
Italian, yeah.
No, well, she was married to Henry II, a duke's daughter. But, I mean, the Borgia, I mean, the Medici, why did I say Borgia? Borgia were Spanish, but after one of them was a pope, he had son Caesar. It's discussing Machiavelli. But what I'm saying is the Medici look like they might unify Italy at one time. Starts off a cloth merchant. They become more and more important. 2 popes and a duke. And then, like I say, a duke has a daughter that marries the King of France. That's not, well, I mean, the difference between a duke and a king were not always clear. I mean, the Duke of Burgundy, I mean, that was a third of France. Some of the best real estate and stuff.
Yeah, exactly. And the Medicis had a very nice part of Italy. And all the artwork and all the commissions to the craftsmen and artisans.
And I don't have the time, the interest to have the knowledge to see, why was it the House of Savoy? Maybe it was just uh, uh, a few people that helped. Oh, the red shirts. What's his name?
I think,
Garibaldi.
well, yeah, the Savoy were probably a friendly, somebody friendly to the cause, whereas the other ones weren't signing up to it. A supporter to the cause, to be revolutionaries.
To unify Italy.
Yeah.
I mean, Italy wasn't unified until 1860.
Exactly.
I mean, we talk about these old countries in Europe. Germany, 1871.
Yeah.
They were all these little disconnected things, and then you have a modern country. Well, even France, the origin of the political order talks about it. I mean, the whole economics and stuff, and where France was a mess.
Why was World War One combated in France, do you think, so much? Why was the battlefield in France?
Well, it just kind of happened to work out that way.
Did Germany occupy France?
No, that was World War II. I mean, it was basically Germany and France going at it, and then the English, of course, couldn't stay out of it. And then
I'm talking about World War One, though.
I know that, but
where you had two cousins on opposite as belligerents, the King of England and the
well,
Kaiser.
those were the Protestant houses. Yeah, the Hanovers, the Hohenzollerns, and the English were busy. Not the English crown was busy trying to look as the least German that it could. A lot of people got
But
killed.
amazing that they were first cousins and grandchildren of Queen Victoria.
Well, it was intentional. Marrying off all of Victoria's kids with the crown houses.
Exactly, but to end up in a war that resulted in
That's called
million.
sibling rivalry. No, it's more. I mean, France, England, Italy, all had different goals and aspirations. And then there's Austro-Hungarian, the old Habsburgs, and the